I'm gonna be honest, this is gonna be more of a discussion than a review. Hi, hello, and welcome to Finnish Guy Likes Movies. My name is Ville, and I just finished watching the Immigration Nation documentary miniseries on Netflix a couple of days ago. But I felt like I had to take a couple of days until I could talk about this on camera. I'm gonna be honest, this is a subject I'm not able to be completely objective or impartial about because actually in my private life I work in the Finnish immigration system and I work especially with refugees. So this is a subject that comes really close to me, but of course not nearly in the sense that I would have been an immigrant or refugee myself, so don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I know what immigrants actually feel and what that experience must be for them, because it's, in my view, at least in my experience, the experiences can be so horrific that nobody except people who've had those experiences know what they are like. But back to Immigration Nation, and I'm gonna try to first go through the actual review of the series. The series is directed by Christina Clouseau and Shaul Schwartz, who do an amazing job. The whole series is beautiful to watch. The cinematography is damn near perfect. It produces some hauntingly beautiful images. The horrific stuff you see comes to a sharp focus by the way the camera shoots its subjects, and also can give you quite warm particular moments in the series that I don't want to spoil. The show does an okay job in showing both sides, the side of the ICE, the American immigration system, sorry I don't remember what ICE actually stands for, and the side of the immigrants. Mostly the show focuses on the immigrants, and for some people that can be considered a flaw. I was actually quite interested in how the actual bureaucratic side of ICE works, but that's probably because I work in immigration. But you cannot, some might say it's a flaw, that it produces more of a one-sided view, the viewpoint of the immigrants, but you cannot maybe fault that too much, because the immigrants are the part of that system that matters. They are the persons who are going through that ordeal. So I understand why they took that approach. That's not to say that they don't actually show also sides from ICE. They show a lot of good people in ICE doing good job, bad people in ICE doing a terrible job, and quite a range of colors of what ICE can be and look like to the immigrants and to the American population in general. And honestly, I think that's as much as I can say somewhat objectively, because like I said, this is gonna be more of a discussion than a review, because this comes so close to my heart, this subject. For the most part, this documentary baffled me about the whole system in America, because in Finland, the immigration services don't basically have their own police force. To me, just that idea alone is absolutely baffling and goes against all of my own logic, which admittedly is severely lacking. I'm not that smart of a person, but basically in Finland there is the immigration services. If some people are gonna get deported or something like that, that's then handed to the police force in Finland, and they are separated. The immigration services has the right to make the decisions. Police don't make the decisions, they just follow those decisions. And the third part of this is the judicial system in Finland. If an immigrant feels that the immigration services has done a wrong decision in some way, they can complain to the judicial system, which is separate from the police force and the immigration services. And so in theory, that's a very good system. It provides judicial cover for all parties. In practice, there are a lot of difficulties in Finland with the whole immigration system, and that's not the point in this video I'm trying to make. This was the viewpoint for me when I was watching this documentary, and in so many cases I was like, how can that be? Like, there was a part in the documentary, I don't remember who it was, that said something like, she said something like that the government is not evil. Most of the ICE employees evil? No. Most of them are, and most of them probably believe in what they're doing, but because the US system is so chopped up into little pieces that the people can operate in their own jobs believing they're doing a good thing, but when you add up the whole thing, it becomes this monster of a being designed to make the immigrant's life hell. At least that's what it looked like, and it was portrayed in the documentary. And yeah, it was heart-wrenching to watch. And not going into too much spoilers, just watching a parent get ripped from their child and being away from their child for months on, like a 3-year-old kid. Actually, that was one of the very good parts about this documentary, that it didn't just show the immigrants, it actually followed a couple of cases for a long period of time. The filmmakers got extended access and shot this documentary for, I think it was like 2 or 3 years. And in some of those cases, they followed those cases through the system. And it's a harrowing watch to actually see that people wait for years without knowing what's going to happen in their lives. And yeah, this is, in no way can I say that Immigration Nation is a fun watch. It's an important watch. It's something I feel deserves to be watched. But my suggestion would be that don't watch this before going to bed. You're gonna have some bad dreams. The really weird thing about this documentary was that it again brought to focus the lack of empathy for people in trouble. Don't get me wrong, as I said, I work in the basically the immigration system in Finland. I know the problems that immigration can have on a nation. But those are problems to be solved, and the solution can't be, I'm gonna turn a blind eye to the terror of the world. And I don't understand, I've never been to America, so I have no idea, but everything I've understood of America is that it's a nation built on immigration. It's a nation built on the idea that everyone can come here and get a fresh start. To work, to build a safe life. And yeah, it really doesn't seem like that's the idea anymore. It really seems like the idea is that that's what we used to be about. Now that we're here, let's close the doors. Nobody else can come in. And it just baffles me that people can be so cruel to other people who've gone through horrific things. War, sex trafficking, torture, and just be like, nah, that's your problem to handle. Go do it on your own. We are not gonna help, even though we're one of the richest nations in the world. And it's not like the contrasting this again to the Finnish situation. A common complaint about the Finnish government system is that we're a social welfare society, meaning that immigrants come here just to live off the back of the government. And just as a disclaimer, I do not believe that that's the case, but that's the argument that some racist people are putting front. People are coming here just to live off the government. But the America's welfare system is so bad that nobody wants to go there and do that. They want to, and they show this in the documentary very well, that most of the people just want to go there and work. They're not going there to live off of other people. One of the points the documentary tries to make, at least from the side of ICE, is that ICE's whole viewpoint is that we are mainly deporting dangerous criminals. And there are those that they are deporting, but if the rules you set up to catch those criminals end up mostly throwing away hard-working people who've never done anything wrong, the system is rotten to the core. I mean, there's a grandmother in this show that was detained basically in a prison, I don't care what they say, for a year and a half. A grandmother. I don't understand that whole system. And I don't know, well, I don't know if the USA has actually signed any international treaties about how to care for asylum seekers, but seeking asylum is not illegal. If you come into a country and apply for asylum, you're not an illegal immigrant. And I don't understand how a country can detain people who are not there illegally. When an immigrant comes to Finland and seeks for asylum, they are not detained. We provide housing for these people, either in refugee camps, I mean, we call them camps. They are basically old office buildings or apartment buildings or something like that. Or they live in their with their relatives or friends or girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, but they live free. Why do you need to detain these people? Like I said, this is not a review, this is just, well, this is not even a discussion, this is basically just me venting. I promise the next video is gonna be a review. It's actually probably gonna be Tenet. I've got my tickets, I'm gonna go see it on the 26th. This documentary took a lot out of me, but it also gave me a lot, and it's an important subject. I highly recommend that everybody see this. It's a complete attack on the way that the Trump administration has handled immigration issues, for sure. This is not an apolitical documentary. This is not a documentary that doesn't take a stance on something. It definitely has a viewpoint, and it's making that viewpoint clear. And if you want to fault this documentary for something, you might say it's not objective enough. I'm not gonna say that, because the whole immigration system is a huge system. It's not all asylum seekers. It's not all people wanting to reunify families. It's not all just trying to get a job. It's a huge system with a lot of areas that can get problematic if not handled correctly. But whenever that's used as a reason for inhuman treatment of humans, we're talking about something that's severely wrong, in my opinion. And who am I to say? I'm just a Finnish guy. But yeah, I think that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I have my tickets to go see Tenet in 2 weeks. hoping that no corona funny stuff is gonna cancel that or anything like that. But if I do get to go there, believe me, I'm gonna make a review of that. So please subscribe to see that. Please like this video, dislike this video. Please leave a comment. I'm very interested to hear what people actually have to say about this documentary, especially from the viewpoint of American people and from other side of, well, I'm interested in the opinions from all over the globe, because immigration is an issue all over the globe. And like I said, just because with immigration can come problems, the solution cannot be to just close your eyes and ears and say la 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 and hope that your racism clears all of those problems away. Like I said, thank you for watching. I'm gonna leave a couple of links for other of my videos, so thank you. Bye bye.